Hey everyone, it's Armor Gaming and welcome back to the channel and welcome to Monster Legends. We have an exciting analysis today. New monster in the breeding events, Garnyxel. Garnyxel used to be the guardian angel of a northern tribe. When he started, he was a tiny little cherub doing his best to take care of the warriors under his protection. However, very soon he became friends with them, and after engaging in too many of their parties and banquets, he lost his angel status. But he never left the tribe. Now he's Garnyxel, the tribe's guardian. He still protects and heals the warriors, but not as an angel anymore. And so that is how this monster came to be. The most exciting thing about this monster is right here. We finally have a Thunder Tank, a Megaton monster. No, Syntheris does not count. He does not have Status Caster Megaton at the start of the battle, the way this monster does right here. At rank 3, gains Megaton at the start of the battle. Huge shout out to SP for making him a breeding event monster. I believe they did the same with Falsarius, did they not? So that's really cool that SP is giving players another Megaton monster. So now we have Falsarius, an Earth one, and now we have a Thunder one as well. Not only that, he has the Celestial trait. You cannot hit this monster with a stun or a Mega Stun, and Celestial does something else. I think it's also immunity to bleed or sunburn, one of those. I'm not as knowledgeable as I once was anymore, but I know I'll have it down by the time this monster's out. He also has the Umbrella Hardened trait. I don't say it's bleed. Let's say bleed, immune to bleed and immune to stun. You also have the Umbrella trait hardened, so you don't get hit 20% of the time. You don't get hit with negative effects. That's always nice. Yeah, Megataunt. According to this, he has evasion and healing skills. Okay, so he's one of those. There's different types of taunt monsters, right? You have the taunt monsters that apply dots against the enemy and maybe try to deny the enemy. You have the taunt monsters that can't heal themselves. Then you have the taunt monsters that do damage mirrors and skill mirrors. This appears to be one that does heal, so that's always nice. His life stat, he has an impressive 118,831. This is the second highest stat in the game, second only to that of Orcati, who was the race monster for Season 3. So this monster beats Face Rug that has a life stat of 118,228. So you're beating by around 600 points. Very nice. This monster has a power stat of 10,175. It is a unique power stat. It is just very slightly above average. And his speed stat 7095. As you would imagine, this makes him pretty slow. It is actually the third slowest stats in the game for the Metro era. It's tied with that of Curion, and it is faster than Orcati, Face Rug, Syntheris, and Fruit Taster. Those four monsters are slower. Orcati and Face Rug have a speed set of 7073, and Syntheris and Fruit Taster are the slowest of the bunch at 7040. However, that doesn't matter. Tanks, taunt monsters, they're just there to absorb attacks, so it doesn't matter if they're on the slower end. In terms of relics, this monster can hold an armor and a shield relic. In the books, you have the Winged, the Good Legions, and the Adventurers. Alright, let's see what this monster can do in terms of a skill set. So already he's going to be a popular monster for the Megaton, especially since he's a Thunder Megaton monster. Alright, let's see. Moderate thunder damage to an enemy applies double healing to itself. Now, what I will caution everyone with the double healing is reverse healing mechanic is dangerous. The Tails monster that's going to be released, Poseidonia, has reverse healing. Alright, if you weren't thinking about getting her, if you thought she wasn't that good, no, she's phenomenal. She's an anticipation reverse healing monster. You definitely want to pick her up. Right, we have Elo Death. He has reverse healing. He was a PvP monster. Players, I imagine, have him at rank 3. So, yeah, reverse healing is going to be powerful, especially when we're getting stronger, tankier monsters that apply healing. We have the face shield that gives healing. We have the big gene or health gene that gives double healing and life regen. If you ever see a talent that heals the monsters by a lot, or they have healing skills, you run a reverse healing monster and you can take them down without even trying. So, pretty powerful stuff there. Okay, but yeah, we have a spawnable skill that does double healing. We have Holy Tattoos. I love that name. Deals low thunder damage to enemies and dazes. I gotta say, this is pretty cool. The fact that you can reduce damage output and accuracy by 25% and spam the skill over and over and over again, that's pretty nice. We have Divine Energy. Heals all allies by 30% and life regen. This is a really nice healing skill. It's not just a life regen. It is an immediate 30% heal, and then you're setting up the life regen for you and your whole team. That's what I like. It's not just a self thing. It's for your team as well. On a 1-turn cooldown, you have Graced Punch. Yeah, Punch? Punch. Doubles its max life. Whoa, move over Orcati. Basically, take that 118 and double it to, what is that, 200, 18 and 18, 36, 46? My goodness, 36, yeah. 200, and then the extra 800, oh my gosh. 37, let's just say 237 at level 100. and you give yourself evasion. And again, with like monsters like Slumster, positive effect protection, Gaizul that can do protection, reapply evasion, random positive effects, he can be trouble. Resound of Fight deals heavy thunder damage, apply shock and daze. Shock will prevent extra turns, which is really useful. There's quite a few extra turn monsters that are being released. Emerald Nathura, Butcherang. We're getting the upcoming monster, I believe, Tuska. Tuska can do extra turns, so it's always nice to be able to shock and prevent that. Also, if you're still battling corrupted monsters with the Unrelenting Assault, you can stop them. And then you also have the Dazed Element to reduce damage output and accuracy by 25%. You have Unbreakable Punch. Applies double healing and evasion to itself. So we have 2 evasion skills. Evasion on a Megaton monster is very nice. Like, very nice. The fact that you can max life with one of them and double healing with another one is really cool. I prefer the max life, but you're probably going to be running both. War Rumbles deals moderate thunder damage to enemies, applies shock. You have an AoE shock across the board. I don't really think that's going to be as valuable as your other skills, especially the daze. And you have Wall of Flesh, which reapplies Megatons. You always want a skill that can reapply Megaton, and it heals by 30%. Awesome. Over Energized Belly, I love that skill name. Deals very heavy thunder damage to enemies, removes positive effects from enemies, applies shock and Mega Stun. Nice, you're actually denying everyone. You're also removing the positive effects in case they had an immunity to stun, status caster, maybe they were recently stunned, or they have like an evasion. Nope, that's gone. Then you shock and Mega Stun. Okay, I think this monster is pretty straightforward. In terms of the skill set, you want to run Wall of Flesh. You always want to reapply the Megaton. That's a no-brainer. Bam, Wall of Flesh. You can do without War Rumbles. You don't need to AoE shock everyone. Unbreakable, you probably want to run for the evasion. So that's 2 skills. Resound of Fight, I like for the shock and daze. We'll come back to it. Graced Punch, max life and evasion, definitely. Let's Unbreakable, let's come back to that one as well. I would say your must-haves are Wall of Flesh and Graced Punch for that maximum life. Divine Energy heals by 30 and life regen. I mean, that's so valuable as well. I would say Divine Energy. And I would say Holy Tattoos. The AoE daze on everyone, just because it's spammable, so even if you get hit with CDA, again, you're a Megaton monster, you might be the target of CDA. And just to keep reducing accuracy, that's viable as well. If you don't care about Holy Tattoos, I would just do Resound of Fight and single target daze someone, because you gotta ask yourself, what are you gonna be doing when it's your turn? If this monster is 3rd in turn order, even if the enemy's faster and they Megaton and they attack you, you have Megaton, you absorb an attack. By the time this monster actually gets a turn in, hopefully you already killed 1 enemy monster, maybe you even killed 2 enemy monsters. So then you ask yourself, do I really need an AoE skill? If the answer is no, then why would you want to run Holy Tattoos when instead you can run Resound of Fight and Shock and Daze, right? You could stop an extra turn monster and you can still get that daze benefit. So actually, if I was building this monster with that context in mind, I would run, not to mention, if your Megaton gets removed, the first skill you're going to do is Wall of Flesh to reapply that Megaton, right? So then by the time this monster goes again in the turn order, are there still 3 enemy monsters alive? Are there 2 enemy monsters alive? Not likely. So with that in mind, I would probably run, and again, you can always change it if there's a monster that can activate your cooldowns and stuff like that. But with that in mind, I would run Wall of Flesh, I would run Grace Punch for the max life and evasion, I would run Resound of Fight, and I'm actually going to do Divine Energy instead of the second evasion skill. I don't think it's necessary. Yeah, I don't think it's necessary. I'd rather run the 30% heal life regen. I'd want to run the single daze. Plus, it gives me a way to deal damage against the enemy in case I need that final hit. So I'd run Fight, Shock and Daze, and that maximum life evasion is just powerful, especially when you have 30% heal. That turns to a 60% heal. Life regen, I mean, that turns to a 40% heal. Your Wall of Flesh, yeah. So that's my skill set. On a monster like this, there's so many ways to run Megaton monsters. You can run 3 life, you can run 2 life, you can run 1 life, you can run team speed and life, you could run 3 team speed. I always mix it up depending on the situation. My Mouseron tends to run 3 life for wars, and then Mud Body because that deals damage. When I need to use for offense, I go 3 team speed. If I think the enemy can OTK me, I run 1 life and 2 team speed. If I think the enemy is still too strong and can OTK me, I'll do 2 life and team speed, and then I can just heal. So it's all about, it's always going to be a combination of team speed and life. You're probably not going to do single speed. There's situation where you will, but it's typically a combination of single life and team speed. But yeah, this monster is pretty straightforward. You definitely want to get him. He's a must-have monster, a Thunder Megaton monster that is so cool. Huge shout out to SP for giving us a chance to get this monster. And with that being said, that is my analysis on this monster. Let me know what you guys think about him. Did I miss anything? Any thoughts in the comments below? Do you agree with my skill set? Disagree? Should you run both evasions? Any thoughts? Let me know. Thank you very much, and remember to subscribe.